is this beautiful square with popcorn stitches that come out of the work. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the shells and popcorn square. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some acrylic yarn size 4. So we're going to start with a slip knot, and we're going to start with a base ring. For your base ring, you want to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now to close your base ring, you want to do a slip stitch into the first chain that you made. So into the first chain, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull through to close. And we're going to be working into the center of that ring. Now for row 1, we're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we want to do 1 double crochet into the ring. Now we're going to start the repeat. It starts with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you want to do 3 double crochets into the ring. So here is 1 double crochet. Two double crochets. And 3 double crochets. And you want to do that a total of 3 times. So 2 more times, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then do 3 double crochets into the ring. So there is 1, 2, and 3. Now the last time we're going to do another chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then do 3 double crochets into the ring. So there is 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to finish off by doing a chain 3. And then you want to do 1 double crochet into the ring. And now you just want to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that you started with. And this is going to give you this little square with 4 corners and then 4 groups of double crochets in the middle. Now we're going to move on to row 2. For row 2, we're going to start with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you want to do a popcorn stitch into the next double crochet, which is this one here. Into that double crochet, we're going to do a popcorn stitch. So for a popcorn stitch, you're going to want to do 5 double crochets. So we're going to do 5 double crochets on top of the next double crochet. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to remove our hook. You can actually pull up a loop a bit so you don't lose your yarn. Remove your hook, and now you want to insert it into the top of the first of the 5 double crochet you just made. So you insert your hook into there, and now grab the working yarn, go through it with the loop with your hook, and now pull through like a slip stitch. And that's going to give you a popcorn stitch. Continuing on, we're going to start the repeat, which starts at a 5 double crochet into the next chain space. So into the corner, you just want 5 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to do a popcorn stitch into the next double crochet. So into the first double crochet of the next group, you're going to do a popcorn stitch. For a popcorn stitch, we want 5 double crochets, right? So I'm going to work those into the top of the stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to remove my hook, I'm going to count backwards 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the first one into the double crochet. So I'm going to insert my hook there, back into the loop, and then pull through to close and create that popcorn stitch that I need. Continuing the repeat, we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next double crochet. So into the middle double crochet of this group, just a double crochet. And now we're going to work a popcorn stitch into the next double crochet. So again, for that we want 5 double crochets. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now to close that off, I gotta do that kind of slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert my hook there, and now close it with a slip stitch. And that's basically the repeat you want all the way around. You need this 3 times, so 2 more times. I'm going to do it once more with you. We've arrived to the next corner. Into the corner, you want 5 double crochets around the chain space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're on this side here, and essentially we want a popcorn stitch on top of the first double crochet, meaning I got to do 5 double crochets into there. So that's my first one, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now I'm going to pull up a loop, find that first double crochet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and insert my hook into it, and now grab the yarn and pull through to close. Now we want to do a double crochet into the next double crochet, or the middle one of this group. Into there, just a double crochet. And now into the very last double crochet of the group, you want another popcorn stitch. So I'm going to do my 5 double crochets into there. That's 3. That's 4. And 5. Now I'm going to go back to the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert my hook into it and close this off for a popcorn stitch. And I believe that's the end of the repeat. So I want to do this once more. As you can see, we've got 2 more corners. So this one you're not going to finish off entirely because you started with a popcorn stitch. Rather, you're just going to finish off by doing a popcorn stitch into this final double crochet of the group, or like the first one of the final group, then a double crochet into the chain, and then we'll be done. So I'm just going to do, maybe I'll just do up to this corner, and I'll see you when I'm here. Okay, so I just did my final 5 double crochets into the last chain space. So now what I'm left with is the first group of double crochets. So I'm going to do my final popcorn stitch into the first double crochet. So 5 double crochets there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now close off my popcorn stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that. Now to finish off this row, we are going to remember how before the popcorn stitch, this row we started it with a chain 3. So we're actually going to finish off this row by doing a slip stitch on top of this chain 3 that you started with. So we find the 3rd chain, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull through to close. That 3rd chain, like this chain 3, it counts as the double crochet that you need there. And this here is the end of row 2. Now for row 3, we're going to start with a chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip the next popcorn stitch, so this one here. And then we're going to do a popcorn into the next double crochet, or essentially the first double crochet of the 5 in the corner. So yarn over, go into that double crochet with 5 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove your hook, insert it in the first one, and now complete the popcorn stitch. Continuing the repeat, we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next double crochet. Then you want to do 3 double crochets into the next stitch, because that's your corner. So 3 into the same one. That's 2. That's 3. Continuing on, we want 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And now you want a popcorn stitch into the next stitch, which is the 5th of the corner. So into there, a popcorn stitch, meaning 5 double crochets into the same stitch. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull this up here, and let me see, 2, 4, 5. And now close this off. And that's my popcorn stitch there. Continuing on, we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Now we're going to skip the next popcorn stitch, just this one here. And then you're going to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So skipping this popcorn stitch, sorry, this one here, skipping that. And then you know how you have that double crochet between the popcorn stitches of the previous row? So into that double crochet, you want a double crochet. Continuing on, we're going to chain 2. And that there ends the repeat. So I'm going to do this repeat one more time with you. The repeat starts at skipping the next popcorn stitch. So skip the next popcorn stitch and then do a popcorn stitch into the next, which is the corner and the first double crochet of that corner. So into there, a popcorn stitch. Okay. Continuing the repeat, we want to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now we want to do 3 double crochets into the next stitch because that's our corner. Now we want to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And now you want to do a popcorn stitch into the next stitch. And the next stitch is the very last double crochet of the corner. So into there, just do a popcorn stitch. Now we go back 2, 4, 5 and complete the popcorn stitch. Okay. Continuing the repeat, we are going to do a chain 2, skip the next popcorn stitch of the previous row, and into the double crochet that you have in between popcorn stitches, into there do a double crochet. And now we want to chain 2 to finish off the repeat. And this is what we want to do around. Essentially, you can start seeing it. You have your corner and then your side, and the popcorn stitches are starting to kind of open up a little bit this way. So we want to repeat that, I believe, a couple more times. So to take you around the corners. So do that repeat twice. I'm going to see you when I'm at this corner to finish off the row with you. Okay, so I just did my last corner here. I did the double crochet into the 1 stitch, then 3 into the same, then 1 into the next, and then popcorn stitch. So now to finish off this row, we're just going to do a chain 2. And now it's where we would skip this popcorn stitch of the previous row. But since we already have this that counts as a double crochet and a chain 2, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd of the chain 5 that you started with. So we can count from bottom to top. 1, 2, 3. Into that 3rd chain, insert your hook. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now do a slip stitch. And essentially this chain 3 here counts as the double crochet that you need there. that there is the end of row 3. For row 4, we're going to do a slip stitch into the next chain 2 space. So this one here, just a slip stitch. And now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to start the row repeat. The repeat starts by skipping the first popcorn or the next popcorn. Then you want to do a popcorn stitch into the next. So into the next stitch, just a popcorn stitch. You know that's 5 double crochets at this point, so I'm going to go real fast. Not to bore you with the same thing over and over. That's 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to close that off. And there's my popcorn stitch. Now we want to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now you want to do 3 double crochets into the next. That's your corner. Now you want to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And now we want to do a popcorn stitch into the next. So I think you're starting to see the repetition here to achieve this square. It's starting to become repetitive. That was 3, 4, and 5. Now closing the popcorn. 2, 4, 5. Okay. There's my popcorn. And now continuing the repeat, we're going to chain 2. Skip the next popcorn and then do a double crochet into the next chain 2 space. So the chain 2 space that you have here, a double crochet. Then you want to chain 2 and then do 1 double crochet into the next chain 2 space. And now we want to chain 2. And that's basically where the repeat ends. I'm going to do it one more time with you. Repeat starts by skipping the next popcorn stitch and then doing a popcorn stitch into the next stitch. There's my popcorn stitch. Continuing the repeat, we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Then you want 3 double crochets into the next, which is the corner. Then you want to do 1 double crochet into the next. And then into the next and last of the corner, you want to do a popcorn stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now closing that off. Okay. Continuing the repeat, we chain 2, skip the next popcorn, and then into the chain space, you're going to do a double crochet. Then you chain 2, and then find the next chain 2 space and do a double crochet. And then we chain 2. And that ends the row repeat. So this is what we want to repeat around. Again, we can continue to see how the square stays, I guess, even, and the popcorn stitches continue to grow outwards. So let's repeat this all the way around. I'm going to meet you once I do my final corner repetition to finish off this row together. Okay, so I just did my final corner repetition here, finishing off with the popcorn stitch. And now I've started my chain 2. And we're going to finish off a bit different on this side since you already started the repeat. We're going to chain 2, skip the popcorn stitch from the previous row, and then do a double crochet into the chain 2 space. And now to finish off the row, we just want to chain 2 and then do a slip stitch into the third of the chain 5 that you started with. So find the third chain, insert your hook, and now close it off. This here is the end of row 4. Now for row 5, we're going to do a slip stitch into the next chain 2 space. And now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to work a very similar repetition. So we're going to skip the next popcorn stitch. That's where the repeat starts. And then into the next stitch, a popcorn stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close off the popcorn stitch. And now into the next stitch, a double crochet. Into the next 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Into the next 1 double crochet. Into the next a popcorn stitch. This is the exact same you've been working all this time. 3, 4, 5, and then 2, 4, 5. And there we go. Now continuing the repeat, we are going to chain 2. And then do 1 double crochet into the next chain 2 space. So skipping the popcorn, going with a double crochet. Then you want to chain 2. And then into the next chain 2 space, a double crochet. Then chain 2. And into the last chain 2 space, a double crochet. That's literally the only thing that has changed. The fact that your sides are longer, so you're going to do 1 more double crochet in between. So right after the popcorn stitch, you chain 2, double crochet around the chain space, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Then you've got your corner repetition, which is the exact same you've been doing, then your side, and then at the very end, you know how you already started the row. So you're just going to finish off with the double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch into the 3rd chain. But you should know how to do this already because we've done it twice before. And the really nice thing about the square is that you can grow it as wide as you want. Following the exact same rules, you'll just have 1 more double crochet to do on the sides every time. And you want to make sure that you have chain 2s in between. So chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2. And then your corner repetitions. So there we go. This is how you work this square. I'm going to just finish off this row, cut off my yarn, and thread my ends through. And look how stunning this is. I find this to be real pretty. It kind of curves a little bit. You could definitely add a border of single crochets around it to kind of make it even more square, or more to give it like an edge, making sure that the corner you do like a few more. I think if you keep the 3 at the corner, then that would maintain your corners to make sure they're sharp. Right now they're a little bit curved. It's more of a curved square, but really stunning. Those popcorn stitches obviously add a lot of depth to the work. It's a really beautiful and different looking square. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.